This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook at audiblepodcast.com/TYT. Richard Chamberlain, famous for the Thorn Birds and Kildare, Dr. Kildare, he just he just came out and did an interview with The Advocate, and he was talking about gays in the movie business, right? And he says that it is not a good idea for gays to come out, especially if they're looking for leading roles. Now, Richard Chamberlain came out as a gay actor years ago.
Way back years ago, but long after his career as a mainstream leading man was over.
Right.
Yeah.
So he says, look, it's a bad idea, and I want to read you his exact quote from The Advocate. He says, there's still a tremendous amount of homophobia in our culture. It's regrettable, it's stupid, it's heartless, and it's immoral, but it is. For an actor to be working is a kind of a miracle because most actors aren't. So it's just silly for a working actor to say, oh, I don't care if anybody knows I'm gay, especially if you're a leading man. Personally, I wouldn't advise a gay leading man type actor to come out. Despite all the wonderful advances that have been made, it's still dangerous for an actor to talk about that in our extremely misguided culture.
Yeah, I think he's right. It's weird in this sort of, in this town and this business that readily accepts sexuality but they don't perceive it as being palatable to the audience. I mean, believe me, you're going to have a tough time. Studio executives are gay, actors, producers, directors always have been, and they used to cover it up more. Obviously, we had significant leading men who were gay. It was covered up for a long, long time, and some about whom there's some big stars of Hollywood's golden age who there's still debate about, but it looks like a lot of these guys were gay. But now you would think it would be different.
Yeah, you would think it would be different, especially in the movie business, because what do Republicans always say about Hollywood? Oh, left-wing Hollywood, those liberals. And
alternative lifestyles, not even some, but that's even what they're sort of hinting at, that there's just a decadence.
Right, exactly. And,
which is actually true.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. So it was really hard for me to believe that this homophobia still exists in Hollywood. But, it really does. I don't remember which actor it was, but somebody came out and talked about the homophobia in the music business, in the movie business as well, and he pointed out Brokeback Mountain, okay, and how Brokeback Mountain had two straight actors acting as if they're gay, right? Why didn't they have two gay actors not acting like they were gay?
Well, I mean, first of all, having two gay actors not acting like they were gay has happened in so many movies that we can't imagine.
Right, of course.
We just don't know they're gay. I think we know who I'm talking. No, but we have no. I literally have no idea. But we know that part of the rumors that have existed about some very popular mainstream stars who sue as soon as anyone talks about it is the perception that if that did come out, it would really hurt their careers. I don't know whether any of it's true, but the idea is that it has to be covered up.
I don't understand.
But I mean, with
why.
Brokeback Mountain,
crazy.
I mean, it makes sense to me, though. I mean, you hire the best. I mean, once you hire them, they're actors. I mean, in a sense, it's great that it's a bit of a breakthrough for two straight actors to play gay characters. A lot of people do it. Marlon Brando played a gay character. But in a movie like that, sort of this big, important movie, to have two young stars whose career still needed molding. I mean, we didn't have a firm opinion about either of those guys. We knew they were talented, Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal. But it's not like their screen image was set in stone at that point. And they ran some risk by taking those roles. But Rupert Everett, who is like the only openly gay leading man, except he's not a leading man anymore. And he, in fact, says that his decision to come out was regrettable. He said back in 2009, fact is, you could not be, still cannot be, a 25-year-old homosexual trying to make it in the British film business or American film business, even the Italian film business. It just doesn't work, and you're going to hit a brick wall at some point. You're going to manage to make it roll for a certain amount of time, but at the first sign of failure, they'll cut you right off. That's what happened to him. When he was in, it's a great My Mom story. I've told it before, but it's good. I swear to God it's true, almost verbatim. Rupert Everett is in my best friend's wedding. My mom doesn't like any movie, basically, but she sees my best friend's wedding and she likes it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, my wonderful movie with Julia Roberts. Oh, I just loved it, my best friend's wedding. And the leading man, so handsome in it, who played her homosexual friend, he was so good. My brother says, well, I mean, it's funny that you mentioned he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, so stop it. My mom, who gets angry at gays for taking the word gay, usurping the word gay, as she said. So she says, you just say that. Use every gay. Oh, so I suppose because he can't be a talented actor, if he plays a gay person, he has to be gay. My brother's like, no, he's gay. He's openly gay. He's like the only openly gay leading man in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't believe that. You think everyone's gay. No, Mom, I just think he's gay. And I think he's gay because he says, I'm gay. And then she says, well, I swear to God. She's like, oh, I suppose that I loved The Birdcage, and the next thing you're going to tell me is that Nathan Lane is gay, too.
Nathan Lane is gay?
Nathan Lane's the gayest guy in Hollywood.
Interesting.
So, yeah, Jesus, she doesn't have any idea. I do love my mom. So I think it's still relevant, though. You can't do it, which is weird in some sense. But, I mean, imagine if James Franco turned out to be gay. Mm-hmm. I love it that I'm literally afraid to mention the guy who everyone talks about might be gay because he does sue. But if James Franco turned out to be gay, I think it would affect the parts that he got. I
think that's crazy because he's already proven himself as a pretty good actor.
Great actor.
Right? And I wonder if,
You're going to make James Franco the romantic lead in a movie if you know he's gay?
It's just like that, it's interesting because it's just like that New York Times review. I don't remember of which movie it was. It wasn't even of a movie. It was of a Broadway show where the main actor was gay and he was playing the role of a straight guy. And the reviewer from the New York Times...
It was from, I think it was Time Magazine.
Oh, it was Time Magazine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that. It was Time Magazine, and the reviewer was saying, it's not believable, openly gay actor pretending to be straight.
Right.
No, but...
He's an actor.
What about the obvious straight actors like Heath Ledger who kicked ass in Brokeback Mountain by playing a gay character?
It's a little like gays in the military when there was the complaints and among some reporters, among the Fox reporters and the reporters for the conservative West Side who were asking Barney Frank about about gay soldiers showering with straight soldiers, and he's like, dude. It's been happening since we started the military.
Right.
Like, they're showering together.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
I got news for you. It's gone okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy, the notion, and that guy took a lot of crap for it. And, of course, I got news for you also. On Broadway, sometimes gay actors play straight roles because some of the actors on Broadway, they're gay. Breaking news.
Audible.com is the leading provider of audiobooks.
In fact, they have over 75,000 titles.
And you can listen on your iPod or your MP3 player. You can listen to it anywhere at any time. It's incredibly convenient.
And they have books in every single genre imaginable. You can get a free audiobook if you go to audiblepodcast.com/TYT.
Totally true.